Ladies and gents, Kevin speaking, and today I'd like to share with you my biggest failures of 2022 and some of the things I'd like to correct in 2023. First of all, a little disclaimer. I'm sharing with you my failures because I think it's more interesting to learn from the mistakes rather than learning from the successes. But I had a couple of successes. Maybe we are going to talk about them in this video, but I'm going to try to focus on mainly my failures, and I'm going to try to just brainstorm them with you so you can just get to know me a bit more and learn something from them. So a bit more context. I'm running a couple of businesses. I'm running a marketing agency. We are helping entrepreneurs run their businesses, get more customers, grow their businesses on the internet, digital marketing, all that stuff. That's what I'm doing every day. And I'm also running a software company that I've been running since 2016. And the agency's been there since 2009, I think. Overall, I've been an entrepreneur for more than 12 years. And right now we are a team of 14 people working across the project. We are mainly working in Europe, and we are based in the UK/Ireland because I have two companies over there. Right now, I'd like to share with you my failures. As I said, failures are just there to point out the biggest mistakes and try to see in these mistakes what you can do to improve them, to correct them, and get better. So one of the biggest mistakes I've just accomplished this year is I haven't produced enough content on the internet, on YouTube, on all these different platforms. And that's really funny because most of the time when we are creating some online courses, workshops, and all these things, I'm always saying to my customers, you should create content. So we are teaching them how to create the content. We are editing some of the content for them. But at the end of the day, for our own business, we aren't producing enough content. But at least we were not producing enough content because approximately about mid-2022, we started to produce more and more content. And that's one of the reasons why we can see you. That's a counter for one of our YouTube channel, which is about 2,620 subscribers. But yeah, we haven't produced enough content, but we started to really produce more and more content in 2022. The thing is, we produced more content as a team, but I haven't produced enough content myself because even though we are creating and producing content for my main channel, which is Wolfear, my software company, I wish I had done more content for my personal brand, and maybe throughout Wolfear. I'm not really quite sure yet, but I know that creating content is a nice way to connect with you guys, to reach your target audience, the audience you can help, you can do business with. And the thing is, we haven't produced enough content. So we started to create more and more content, but as a creator, as a CEO, I should have been more involved into creating that content. And I think that's the main mistake. The output we have right now is about 1 long form video per week and about 3 short form video per week on the English channel. We have another channel which is in another language, and that's pretty much the same. Yeah, 1 video per week, 3 short form videos on Shorts, on Reels, and also on TikTok. So we are producing content on these platforms, and we have about 27,000 subscribers across our platforms. I'm not including our email list, so email subscriber list or things like this. But I want to create more content. I want to create more deep connection with you. And that's one of my biggest mistakes, not creating enough content that could lead into more subscribers and viewers and person I could help. And yeah, I could make deep connections with. Talking about deep connection, it's really interesting because that's going to be my transition for the next part and my second and probably my biggest mistake of all, because I think my biggest mistake, especially as a manager, as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, is not making the environment in my company as strong as possible and not creating as much bond as possible. Let me explain. I've been hiring people for almost 10 years now, working with freelancers, working with employees, and working with people across different countries. And we've always been working remotely. At some point during my career, I worked in an office with some of my team members, but most of the time we are working remotely. And the thing is, it's really hard to create some connection, some really strong bond with another person when you are just working on Slack all day long, just chatting, sending messages and things like this. So it's really hard to create that bond, to create that connection. And the thing is, if you don't have any bond, any culture that you are sharing with your team members, these people are just coming for the money and they are just going to get paid and log off at the end of the day without even saying goodbye or something. And that's been a huge loss for me. This wasn't really pleasant as a CEO, and I'm 100% responsible of this. The reason why I'm responsible of this is because I was in charge of creating and making sure that this company would provide enough synergy or enough energy just to create these bonds. So what I wish I had done better, that's probably organizing more meetings, more in-person meetings, because almost 100% of the time I'm sending messages to my team, but there's something missing. There's that face-to-face part which is missing. There's that part where we are organizing things on Zoom, talking together, just organizing real meetings and being able just to talk with a camera or a webcam or something. And that's been a really big loss for me. So I think I could have done better by giving my team more chance to get to know each other and create some deep relationships. So I think this is the biggest mistakes of all in 2022. I've been really bad at creating these connections, and I'm going to try to do my best in 2023 to create more of these connections, and hopefully I'll find a way to do it. And I have a couple of ways to do it. I've been watching a couple of guys just talking about ways to create some small talk chats on the internet, on Zoom calls, all these things. But yeah, this is how it is. I wasn't that great in 2022. I'll try to do my best to be better in 2023. And just to make some excuses, it's probably because I'm not that I'm shy, but I'm not looking forward to having meetings and dates in my calendar. This is something I really don't like. So even having a group of people just surrounding me, I like big crowds. I like big, massive audience, but having a small audience, a group of 3, 4, or 5 people, this is not really good for me. I don't really like it. This is a bit weird, but at the end of the day, this is my job. This is my opportunity to shine as a business owner. So I'm going to try to make it work, and I'll try to find solution. I'll find solution for sure. So these are mainly my biggest mistakes for 2022. I obviously have some other mistakes that I've made. Nothing too crazy happened in terms of big mistakes. On the personal matter, I've been experiencing different ways to challenge myself on my mental health, but also try to find a balance between going too much to the gym or eating too clean or not clean enough. And I've been challenging myself on these topics, but if this is something you'd like me to talk about, just let me know in the comments, because I don't necessarily want to talk about these personal matters, but I've been trying to make progress on this thing because I'm a work in progress. I'm working constantly on my mental health, on my business, on the way I just go through life, because right now I'm about 33 years old. So I'm just 32, but heading to 33 in July 2023. So in about 6 months from now, I'm going to be 33. But yeah, this has been a year, not a huge year in terms of business. It's been stable, I would say. It's been a normal year, just growing at a steady pace, not something too crazy. Hopefully 2023 is going to be bigger than this, and hopefully we've been setting the ground on something really good, really steady, and the foundations for 2023 are much stronger because we started 2022 with some shaky foundations. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I delayed the video for too long. I wish I had done this video earlier. Hopefully that's going to bring you some insight on how to be an entrepreneur, how you deal with problems and things like this. So anyway, this was Kevin speaking. Thanks again for subscribing. If you are watching the video right now, you know what you have to do if you want to learn more stuff to start your business, and if you want to be counted on this little counter, so this one just over there. But anyway, thank again for 2022. 2023 is coming and this is going to be crazy. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.